Welcome back to Opinionated with Resla. I, of course, am Resla, and in today's video, I want to do a little bit of a dive into the world of assumptions. Have you ever wondered why we make them? Albert Einstein once said, assumptions are made, and most assumptions are wrong. But why do we even make them in the first place? So let's do a little bit of exploring about that. Assumptions, they're like mental shortcuts that our brain takes in order to make sense of things. Now, I want you to picture this. You're in a forest and you hear some rustling in the bushes. Your mind starts making a lot of snap decisions, a lot of snap judgments, which are based on assumptions to try to figure out if the thing that you're hearing is an actual threat. You see, we all know this already, but back in the days, in case you didn't know, for those in the back row, back in the days, this was a part of our survival instincts that kick in. Unfortunately, in today's complex world, assumptions can be a little bit trickier to navigate. Our brains have been running on this ancient software for generations, making snap decisions pretty much out of anywhere. But here's the catch. It can also lead us astray when it comes to the modern world. Making assumptions is like walking the tightrope. And this tightrope is between efficiency and misunderstanding. We assume we know someone's story. It's the judgment that we make. It's pretty much the old adage of judging a book by its cover. The problem with that is that you might be missing out on the plot twist. But I remember assuming that a colleague wasn't interested in the work that I was trying to present to him because he had a very reserved demeanor. It just turns out that he was actually shy. And it taught me that assumptions are like blinders. It basically limits our capacity to really understand the human experience that we're trying to share with one another. Let's pause for a second. Have you ever made assumptions that just turned out to be way off the mark? Share your thoughts down in the comment section. Let's keep the conversation going. I'm interested to know what you're thinking. Acknowledging that there is this innate nature of assumptions is the first step. It's the only first step that we can take in taking back control. And the first thing we can do is basically tell our brains to slow down. Is what we're making an assumption about really what we see in front of us? Are we making snap judgments based on information that's not currently presented to us? And if so, stop it. Just stop the thought right then and there. Get back in the moment. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna be perfect at it, but I tried to do this technique. And if you come up with a better technique, let me know. I might want to try it out. Questioning assumptions is a humbling experience, believe it or not. It's also a chance for us to recalibrate and explore the intricacies of this vast landscape of perceptions that we end up putting out there. Let's bring this back to the beginning. Why do we make assumptions? It's pretty much a mix of ancient wiring that we got still stuck in our brains, and that wiring pretty much needs to try to make us very efficient. And sometimes we just end up making total misunderstandings of the actual situation that we're going through. But here's the thing, we can challenge them. We absolutely can challenge them. And we can also choose this by being curious first. And after we're being curious, we can override the assumption making. Give this a try. Come up with your own method as well and let me know. You may not be perfect at it. Please don't expect to get it right. It takes practice. I'm coming up with a method that I'm just sharing with you right now that is somehow working for me currently. But before we wrap up, I want you to ponder this. In this life that we know it, sometimes the most profound discovery that we make, that we discover, is creating an actual pause the moment we start assuming. Give it time to actually let the assumptions fade away. And when we do that, we give ourselves the opportunity to let understanding take the center stage. If you found this video interesting, do me a favor and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Be sure to click the notification bell to all. If you have it on personal, YouTube may not notify you on when I'm dropping content. Be sure to share your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section. We may be even able to revisit the conversation, or we maybe come up with a new conversation based on how we interact with one another. I mean, we can only know it by being curious and putting out our own thoughts for other people to see and to share theirs as well. Because curiosity is actually the antidote to assumptions. So stay curious, stay opinionated, and I'll see you next time.